It was supposed to be a quiet night, the kind of night where the world outside seems to fade away and the warmth of home offers a sense of security. But for one family, that peace would shatter in an instant, and their world would be turned upside down by a single, unexpected act of bravery. Not from a firefighter, not from a neighbor, but from their dog. An ordinary pet who, when faced with extraordinary danger, became their only hope. In the heart of a peaceful suburban street, the Harris family lived a simple life. Calvin, Ava, and their children, just like any other family, were settled in their routine, unaware that their world was about to be changed forever by a danger they could not see and a hero they could never have expected. As the family slept, unaware of the growing danger, a deadly fire crept through their home. It started small, hidden in the shadows, unnoticed in the quiet of the night. But soon, that small flame would threaten to destroy everything, every memory, every belonging, leaving nothing but ashes. And in those critical moments, one of them would realize something was wrong, and it wasn't a person who would save them, but the one they least expected. This is the Harris family. Calvin, a devoted profession, always putting his family first, working long hours to ensure they had everything they needed. A caring person whose days were spent nurturing those she loved. And then there's Max, their loyal, magical dog, playful, protective, and always by their side. A companion whose instinct for safety and loyalty was about to be tested in the most unimaginable way. It started slowly, a faint smell of smoke. At first, it seemed unimportant, just another late-night disturbance. But for Max, something wasn't right. The dog, sensing the danger before anyone else, sprang into action, barking furiously, its warning echoing through the house, waking the family in time to avoid the worst. The fire was here, and it was spreading fast. With the house filling with smoke and flames quickly engulfing the walls, there was no time to think. Panic set in, but Max was ahead of them, leading the way, guiding them through the thick smoke, showing them the quickest route to safety. In those crucial moments, as the fire raged around them, the family had only one clear thought: get out. And thanks to Max's quick thinking, they escaped just in time, as their home was consumed by flames. In the hours that followed, the full extent of the disaster became clear. The house that had once been a home, filled with memories and love, was now nothing but a smoldering pile of rubble. Everything was gone. The family was left with only the clothes on their backs, their lives turned upside down in a matter of minutes. What had once been familiar and safe was now unrecognizable, burned beyond repair. But amidst the devastation, a different story emerged. Neighbors aimed to save the house, but after a month was over, not a single neighbor sought refuge. Stunned by the rapid spread of the flames, spoke of the dog's unrelenting efforts to alert the family. Firefighters who arrived on the scene to battle the blaze were quick to acknowledge that without Max's intervention, the outcome could have been far worse. "We were lucky," one firefighter said. "If that dog hadn't acted when it did, we might not have been able to save anyone." As the dust began to settle and the family found themselves displaced, something remarkable happened. The community, united by the tragedy, came together to offer support. Neighbors, local businesses, and even strangers extended their hands, providing financial help, clothes, and temporary housing. With their hearts full of gratitude, the family began to rebuild, not just their home, but their hope for the future. And through it all, Max remained by their side, a reminder of the courage that saved them. Standing before the ashes of their former home, the family couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought them to this point. The place that had once been filled with laughter, love, and memories now lay in ruins. They had lost everything, but they had also gained something invaluable: a new perspective, a deeper understanding of the strength that comes from tragedy. And through it all, They were united by the shared experience of survival. In the face of all they had lost, their gratitude for Max only grew stronger. The dog, who had once simply been a pet, was now a hero in their eyes. A reminder of the strength, loyalty, and courage that had saved them when it mattered most. In those quiet moments, as they hugged their dog close, they realized that no material possession could ever compare to the life they now shared, one where love, loyalty, and resilience were their true treasures. But the path to recovery was not without its obstacles. The weight of the loss was heavy, and rebuilding wasn't easy. There were days filled with doubt, moments when the family wondered if they could overcome the hurdles before them. The financial strain, the emotional toll, it all took its toll. Yet, despite the struggles, they leaned on each other. And, as always, Max remained a constant source of comfort, reminding them that, even in their darkest moments, they were never truly alone. With unwavering perseverance and the support of a community that refused to let them face the future alone, the family found a new place to call home. And standing beside them, as always, was Max, steadfast companion who had carried them through their darkest days. The scars of the past would remain, but they were no longer the family they had been before. They had been remade, stronger and more united than ever before. In their new home, the family began to rebuild their lives. Each day brought new challenges, but also new joys. They laughed, they cried, and they celebrated the small victories. But most importantly, they embraced each other and the dog, who had become the heart of their family. Their lives, forever changed by the fire, now brimmed with gratitude and a renewed appreciation for the bonds that held them together. In the face of disaster, sometimes heroes come in unexpected forms. Max proved that loyalty and courage can change the course of fate. And as the dog looked out the window, keeping watch over the family it saved, one thing was clear. Sometimes, the true measure of a hero is not in the headlines they make, but in the lives they saved, and the love they give without asking for anything in return.